Hey guys, this is Andrew. I want to go over how to add in a few extra lines to specific fields. It's pretty easy and it's basically the same process for each field, although each layout is slightly different. If you want to just follow along, learning how to do this can really help you out in the future in case you want to change anything. So what we're going to do is, looking at this image that was sent over, we want to add in these dashed or hashed lines here, and then one over here for the spectators line. So let's go back into these layouts, and now we have our filter set to field hockey. Otherwise it'd be all jumbled up. I know you guys have a lot of fields here in this one little spot. So filter out here, let's tap on that field and then go into the edit menu. So within the edit menu, you've got this main folder here. Just go ahead and tap the small arrow and scroll down to the bottom, and then go to add element. So if you don't see geometry, tap here and then make sure geometry is highlighted. Scroll to where it says rectangle and then tap on this image here. So what it does is it drops a square right here in the center of the field. What we have to do is scale it to size. Now we can get away with, if we look at this image here, we can get away with manipulating a rectangle to be, I believe this is 50 yards, and then this one line here is running the whole length of the field. So this first element that we added is actually going to be that whole thing. In just a second, we kind of have to change it up a little bit. So where it says scale, let's go to where it says width. We want to keep it at 10 yards. Make sure you change feet to 0 and inches to 0. I'm not sure why it defaults to those random numbers, but and then go to height, and where it says yards, let's change that to 50. Sorry, coming off of a sickness. My voice is a little raspy. So 50 yards tall by 10 yards wide. And notice that the anchor point, the bottom line doesn't stay the same. When we change the height, it's almost like this bottom left corner is the anchoring point. So if we change the width, the left sideline stays the same and the right moves. And then same for the height. If we change the height, then the bottom stays the same and it just goes away from the top. So this being the anchor point, we want to move it down to here to be in line with this. Now, I don't know when it drops you right in the middle of the field. I haven't really done the math. The easiest way to do this is to just use the arrows. You can go 1 yard at a time and get it as close as you can to match the bottom corner here. So you can kind of see where I'm getting at here. Like, we want this to be right in line with each other. So using and changing the value here from 1 yard, go to 1 inch. We can just tap it a bunch of times, zoom in a little bit, get it to be right on line with that one. That looks good. And then right on line with the left one. There we go. So now we can do a little bit of math to make it perfect. So if we go, looking at this image again, it's 5 yards and 5 yards. So we just need to go 10 yards. So change the value to 10 yards and tap this arrow 1 time. So now we're in position. We just need to manipulate this particular rectangle a little bit more. So it's scaled correctly for now. What we'll do is tap on save. Now go down here to where you can see rectangle. That is the newest added element that we put in. Tap on that and go to actions and rename. We're just going to say side. Now, Sidline is its own folder because it's got this little arrow here. So if you tap the little arrow, you can see we've got left, and if you zoom in, You can see the left sideline is highlighted green, top, right. So for now, we are going to manipulate the right sideline to go into options. Well, really, to be even easier, let's go back to this folder here where it says sideline. Go to option or style, pattern, and tap here where it says dashed. Or it doesn't say dashed, but. And then, so now we can go back into the folder, tap this little arrow here, highlight where it says right, go to more and arrange, then we can say move here at the top, and we can change the value to 5 and tap this left arrow one time. So we just move the left side of that box here to the middle, and we're almost there. So we've got 5 yards there. Now we just need this line to extend the whole length of the field. So the way that we do that would be we can save here at the top, highlight the left sideline, go to more, arrange, and then where it says scale, which we're already highlighted, down at the bottom, change where it says width, go to height. So right now it's set to 50 yards. We need to go 100 yards. And then remember, it's like this is the anchoring point, so it just extends up here. So we have to go up to move, and then should just be 25 yards to even everything out. Change the value to 25 yards, tap this bottom arrow one time, and there we are. So that's looking pretty close to what we want here. One more thing that we need to do is add this line right there. So the easiest thing to do would just be add a new element, go to rectangle. I don't recommend using the line. Use rectangle, tap the image here, go to scale. The width does not matter because what we're going to do is just remove all these other lines except for this left line. So where it says height, we know it's going to be 100. Make sure feet is 0, inches 0. Go to move at the top and just keep tapping this arrow to get to the bottom here. Tap the right arrow to hug this left side. Now we're not quite where we want to be, so let's change the value here to 1 inch. Keep tapping this. There we are. There we are. We'll save it. Where it says rectangle, we'll go to actions, we'll go to rename. We can just say spectator. So now what we can do is go to style. After you highlight where it says spectators, don't tap the little arrow, just tap the text to highlight the whole folder. Go to style and select the dashed line. Now what we want to do is open up the spectators folder. Where it says top, go to actions, remove. Right, same thing, remove, and the bottom one, remove. So now you can highlight the left line, which is the only line now. Go to more, arrange, and then move. Now this image, if I'm missing something, it looks like it's 5 yards away like this is. So that's what I'm going to put it at. If you remember, just tap on where it says move at the top here, change the value to 5, and tap this arrow one time. And there you have it. You can save that. And that looks to be like the image shown here.